Hi gentlemen, so in this video I will teach you how to customize your robots. This outline that I've got over here, that was taken from the robot template that was given in week 1. That's the one there. Okay, so I have traced that out, just the outlines only that you can see. And then with my mood board, you'll see that I will start to customize the design. So I'll just go into my mood board. So just looking at the details here, what sort of details I would like to pick out. So let's say, for example, I would like the details in this area here. So I'll begin to start customizing my robot designs. Right, so looking at the form here, you can see that there is a rectangle. So you're going to break down the forms according to shapes to try and draw your figures. So I'll just start around here because it looks just about right. I'll just do a rectangle first. So it looks somewhere around here. So that'll be my rectangle shape here. Next, I noticed that is a little bit of an oval sort of shape. So I'll copy that shape here. So just breaking it down into different shapes, you can see that you would have something new. Over here, that's a little bit more of a rectangle and a diagonal line there. So just try to mimic that. So that's my form of the leg that I have altered. And you can see that it will come out a little bit more diagonal. So I can see like a triangle sort of shape. So from here, I noticed that it's a little bit curved. That's why I'll go curved here. Okay, so it doesn't have to be the same down to the T, as long as you can break it down to that shape. Okay, and then from there, I can see that there is my foot. It looks like a sort of a triangle from the top view. And maybe a little bit blunt. If I would like to change the shape, I can. So I've just changed the shape here. And I can also, so over here, there is a surface that I can see. So just do that surface there. Okay, and then over here, so you can see I'm breaking it down to shapes as well. It looks the same, symmetrical. So now I like to do the same thing over to this side. Just copying over here, starting off with a rectangle. Customize it, same shape, just transfer it over here. If you'd like, you can also reflect it. So let's say, for example, I'd just like to flip it. So you can see that the inner part of the leg that's a bit rounder, I can flip it as well. So it looks a little bit more symmetrical, as well as the outer area. So you can see that it's a little bit more angular. So you can see my lines are really rough here. Doesn't matter because this is still the design stage. You would like to try out different forms. So you can see that with different forms, your basic shape, it matters. This will help you set the stage for a 3D form. All right, so if I'm happy with these two legs, let's just see for the hip part. If I really like this form, I can sketch that with my robot. So from here, I'll just change the form of it. So it starts with a rectangle here, you can see. And then it's something like this. So straight lines here and a little bit of a curve. So I'll just break it down to the curve there. And you can see a small little straight line there. So there you have it, that's a form there. So it starts off with a rectangle. If you want, you can draw a rectangle first. And then after that, slowly carve in towards whatever the shape is. So with the shape that you've noticed here, you just carve that in over there. So going all the way up just to finish off the shape. So that is my front portion of the design. So there's the side ones as well. So you can see it's a bit slanted. It might get a little bit challenging, but not to worry. Same thing with the shapes. So just note the shapes. It's a rectangle of sorts, I would say. So probably just the same form of this, just that it's tilted. So I'll just try to do a tilted rectangle first. So that'll be my base shape there. So you can see it always starts with a base shape, that's a rectangle. After that, I can start to carve in. So if I want to make it a bit rounder, I can wrap it around the waist. So I'll do a little curve. And you can see that the form is changing. Okay, so that's the side shield for the hip. I can do the same over here. Then now let's see for the chest piece. Let me see what is interesting here. So let's say, for example, I like the chest piece from here. I can start off with a rectangle and I'll shave down the sides. That can be one of them. And then after that, starting to work my way as a notch in over here. So this is my chest area. So that will be that whole piece here. So I'll draw a line here. It starts off wide and ends off a little bit narrow. So here, so I'll just join that down. And if I like a little bit of definition to the chest, I can add so as well. So just creating a notch. And then after that, you can see that the notch goes in. That will be this area here. So you can see that I have altered the form. I have changed the form of it. Mine is a bit more angular. Theirs is a little bit more fluid. But that's fine. So that's where I get my inspiration from with the shapes. So another rectangle here. See a little bit bigger here. Okay, and if I like to slant this a little bit, so it looks a little bit neater here. So feel free to change the forms. Let's say, for example, if I want to combine this form with whatever that's going on here. So I can create like a little notch as well. So that's where you get your inspiration from images, and then you start to combine them together. So you see that you are actually putting together a new robot piece as well. And then let's see for the head, this form of the head. So it looks a bit rectangle at the front, but it's like a polygon along the side. Okay, and then if I like, I can also combine that with, it looks like a camera of sorts in front, as if it's like a camera lens that's shooting out. So if I like that, I can also put that in my picture. And if I like some definitions to the face, so let's say, for example, I like this really goofy grin here. Okay, and then just last bit for my arms. So let's say, for example, I like the really strong arms here. So remember, my robot can take up to 50 kgs worth of weight. So it starts off with a curve here, or I can do like a rectangle or a polygon. So that's my base shape. And then from there, I start to carve into the shape. So it goes down a little bit. So you can see that my robot template, it's a bit stiff here. So I'm adding a bit of character. So you see how the hand, it goes something like that with this portion here. So what I'll do is I will do a rough shape here. So that's the rough shape. So I know that roughly my hand could go somewhere there. And then for here, it looks like there's a diagonal line, straight line, and a diagonal line. So you can always start with a rectangle first, and then you carve your way through. So diagonal, straight, diagonal, and down. I can also do the same thing. So I like my robot to have symmetrical arms. So from there, I will sketch the same on the other side. Draw a line just so it is somewhat at that area. Another line here to match it up. Okay, so you can see that with simple shapes, you can break that down and change that into another form. Right, so there you have it. You can see a new robot over here. So with that, you should have 3 different designs by just combining different parts of the robots that you see in your mood board.